oh my God, the client's following up, they get mad, like, what do I do? Like, that's when it's stressful, like, ah!
Cause I'm your sister, and always for you, and don't know what I'd ever do without you from the beginning.
Alrighty.
All right.
It's getting trimmed pretty nice. That shit's hot.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Look who's in America. This is our first time shooting a video together in like 5 months.
Oh my God.
Today we're going to be talking about all things Big Law.
Yeah. What is Big Law? Like, what is this theme y'all are talking about?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Samantha.
I'm Angel.
And we both have been practicing in Big Law in some capacity since 2018. Well, you know, as people who've worked at 3 different law firms in 2 different countries, I think that we can give a little background on what Big Law is.
Dang, has it been 3? That is so funny.
I feel like it makes me sound so old, but it's like I'm only in practicing for 2.5 years.
You're seasoned.
Seasoned, mommy.
Yeah. So I feel like we have a pretty good perspective on like what this is.
So what incited this idea is I actually was speaking with someone who's not in the law this weekend, and he was like, well, Big Law is corporate law, right? I guess to give a general idea, we can start with some of the definitions that people have.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard what's this big corporate law machine, kind of like in Suits.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've heard that it's the most profitable law firms. So no matter the size, no matter how many attorneys you have, it's just the law firms in the world that make the most money. I've also heard law firms that cover the largest companies in the world. Even if you're a smaller law firm or even a bigger law firm, if you don't have the clientele that's like the top of the top, like the Googles.
And then some people also think it's this number of attorneys.
Mm-hmm.
Like big, the word big. So like, okay, the more attorneys you have, that determines if it's Big Law.
Exactly. I've also heard law firms that have multiple offices around the country, around the world.
So what's a big law firm to you?
You know, in high school, when you read the book, you read all the reviews and stuff, and the teacher's like, okay, well, tell me in your own words.
Yeah, but the reason I asked is because like all those things you just named correlating with stuff that's Big Law, but then I can think of so many examples that don't fit any of that. There's overlap, but none of these perfectly capture it. So
Yeah.
what is it to you?
What is it to me? I think it's a combination of all those things plus name recognition.
Yeah.
So maybe name recognition, like how long the firm's been running, size, of course.
I think also format of practice.
There are tiny nuances, like you said, to like, do you have non-share partners?
Yeah. Are y'all gonna have a summer associate program? I agree with you. A lot of it is based on vault. That's all it's like interesting.
Really?
Some of it, like some of it arbitrary, but then like are gonna most likely have more attorneys. Similar kind of practices. You probably have a capital markets practice, probably have an M&A practice, probably have a funds practice.
I think you'll have all of the big practices.
Yeah.
There are very few law firms that I know, even if you're dedicated to a specific space, like tech firms or something, like you're still gonna do tech within M&A. Those profitable aspects of the law, broadly.
Yeah. But I did the externship with Pro Bono Scholars. It was a whole different environment. Like, even like resources wise, you couldn't really just go in there and take all the notebooks and stuff like that. Like, like they didn't really have the resources for all that. But yeah, resources like, oh, you said that profitability. I think that's a big one.
The entire job just being about responding to clients all day.
Yeah.
That's literally what Big Law is structured on.
I know.
Making sure the client is happy.
Not all lawyers are even doing client services.
Exactly.
Like sometimes your client is like your own company, you're in-house. That changes the whole dynamic of like how you practice.
You usually have a set of clients that belong to you, your ongoing clients. Every time they have a deal, you're going to be on the team. You're notified in advance if a deal is coming up so you can manage your time. And then you have a discrete task that always come up. Like, let's say you're slower, or sometimes it just needs to get done. But that task, you're done. You're done. Because a lot of times, discrete tasks lead to you having a new client, whether it's intentional or not.
Discrete, would that also be a deal?
That would call a deal that you worked on for 3 months discrete. I'm like, now y'all dragging this definition.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
I would think of that as maybe like a one-off deal, which is possible.
And what we mean by deal, it's literally a transaction. Someone's investing money in something, someone's buying this, or whatever it is. There's a beginning and an end, and there's a transaction going on. That's a deal.
Yeah. Some people get very, very specific with it. Like, I know when I first started, people would differentiate between like deals and fundraisers. There are nuances here and there, but generally they're all deals, transactions.
Yeah.
It's like deliverables. What are deliverables?
I know.
'Cause I hate when people are like, have other deliverables. Like, what are you talking about? What are you doing?
It's like, it made me think about it because there was this first deal I was working with recently, and I was like, what other deals do you want? I was trying to make sure I was like bombarding him with stuff I could just do. And like, named all this stuff. In my head, I'm like, these are not deals. But I was
they're
I
like
know-
tasks.
Yeah, they were tasks. And I'm like, I feel like he doesn't get what deals are. So I feel like
Yeah.
that's something I must have learned over time. Why do you think then that people say that Big Law is where you get the best training?
The hours.
So I think it's something different.
What do you think?
I think it's because it's client services. You're seeing the same issue amongst multiple people. Now you like know the industry better than if I was like in-house.
If you're in-house, you're working on one client. But now, literally, as 30 years, you've been working on like 50 clients.
Yeah, you know how to deal with that. But you can also deal with this client because like they do things differently. Like you have more perspective. I think that's why people say it.
Yeah.
But you think it's just the
About
hours?
I mean, until you said this, I've never thought about it. Like, I thought it was just like, you know, where else you gonna get the kind of training? Law is a part of your life. It's all encompassing. Think a regular job.
Yeah.
If you're not busy, you're not busy. You're not sitting online all day reading emails to see if something comes up.
Yeah.
Like you're not. At least I don't think he would randomly have your name highlighted in an email and figure out, oh, this is my new assignment.
Yeah.
And it makes you very attentive to detail. And it also makes you have to figure things out because a lot of times people aren't going to tell you what to do. So you have to always be proactive.
Maybe the reason we see it differently of like what people mean by like, this is the best training is because I feel like that's the best way for me to learn. The benefit of me even being in the space and like getting the training is the bird's eye view thing you were saying. The more I work, the less I feel like I'm getting out of it. Saying I'm so tired right now, I'm just trying to get this done so I can close my eyes up and go to sleep. My mindset is so different when I'm slow. So I feel like for me,
Like trying to see everything.
yeah, like I'm trying to like really comprehend. I'm taking my time. So I feel like for me, the training part comes in like the amount of clients. I feel like it seems like for you, the training part comes in like how much I'm actually
Yeah, when I work a lot, obviously I'm exhausted and I think that that's impossible to absorb. However, at the end of those periods, I'm like, damn, I learned more than I learned in like 3 years. More than all of law school combined. And
Really?
the bar.
Wow, I didn't know.
Bar didn't teach me that.
I feel like the bar prep. I've never learned so much information in my life.
Oh my
I
God.
feel like an expert of the law. Like, what is going on? That feeling of like, oh my God, what am I doing? I've never done this before. No one's gonna guide me because they're like, you're third year now, and you figure it out. That's when I feel like I'm being paced. Oh my God, the client's following up. They get mad.
Yeah.
Like, what do I do? Like, that's when it's stressful. Like, ah.
I remember seeing a meme when I was maybe a first year or senior associate, and they were like watching the first year start to respond to an email. What is that? No draft? The little grasshopper is turning into a butterfly? And I'm like, that's actually true. When you start being like, okay, I'm doing this myself. And everyone's just like letting you do it. Like that, I think, is unique to Big Law too.
That's why I like being slow because like, okay, let me take my time to figure this out. But when you're busy, for me, for my like the way I learn,
learning much.
this isn't the way I'm learning the best.
When I'm busy enough that I always have something to do, but I have enough time to review all my work. So if someone sends me back a markup or something, I have enough time to read it and understand it. Like anything over that, there's not enough time. It's like, I'm sorry, I just gotta go on to the next one.
Yeah.
And at the end of the deal, we can have a conversation about everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
And when I'm too slow, I don't have enough personal free time because I'm doing too much worrying about being slow. But like when I'm in that good, okay, I have enough hours, I don't care. And also I have time to review stuff. And I have time to live my life.
Yeah. I think it's such a good feeling for me when it's like someone sends me comments on something, I have time to actually like go through one by one, see like, why did I think it was this or whatever. That's what I'm getting a lot out of this. But half the time I have to like accept these track changes, like look for Angel because I got a call in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't really take my time with this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to do things as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
Like as fast, but as efficient.
What do you think Big Law was before you got into it? Like,
Factory workers. You hear about people getting things thrown at them?
I know someone told me. No, I told them I was gonna go to, and it was my friend. She's not in Big Law, not in nothing. And she was like, I heard that was a sweatshop. And I was like, oh my God, I must be working in a sweatshop.
Yeah. I always tell you, I think it's not as bad as people make it out to seem. But I also think that there are very few responsibilities in my life. And when I do prioritize things more than I prioritize work, it would be different. So like if I had a kid, or if I had a long-term relationship, it would be way more difficult, in my opinion.
I think it's as hard as people say it is, but for different reasons. People are not honest about Big Law. They use the same old trope, the same narrative. Oh yeah, you know, it's hard an hour. Like we just explained, there's so much more to the job than like the hours.
It's
like
demeaning.
yeah, it can be demeaning. It's the hierarchy is so, like I guess that kind of goes hand in hand. It's like hard to get used to, honestly. Like billing your time can be stressful. Sometimes I have clients that like have fee caps, so I have to make sure like I'm being super efficient. Like I can't just take my time and like be thoughtful. Like I need to like be like. There's just so much more to it, and I feel like
everything moves so quickly.
Yeah, people are like, it's so hard because of the hours. Either they're just not being thoughtful, they're not being honest with themselves.
Fair. Maybe also though, they just see that as the hardest part.
Maybe.
Because I see that as the most difficult part.
I don't.
Whenever someone's like, oh my God, like I have to work 60 hours this week, I'm like, that's a fair reason to be upset, buddy.
I think also I don't work as much as other people. Like our billable minimum is like not as high as some of the other firms, and then like I don't know.
Yeah, I'm working a lot less now too.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a fear of reputational harm. If it's after 10:30, that's when I'm like, I don't feel bad that I didn't respond to the next morning. But like if it's like 9:30, this partner on the chain's gonna be like, girl, why you ain't responding?
Why you sleeping? Because it's crazy though, because you could genuinely be sleeping at 9:30.
I know. Sometimes I am. I wake up at like 2 a.m.
Like, I don't think I've ever went to sleep at 9:30 and woke up in the morning.
All right, last time I fell asleep. Sorry, it's not funny, but it was kind of funny. I passed out at 10 something because like that whole week we had been pulling all nighters, whatever, and they were waiting for me on something, and I fell asleep. I was like, end of the day, I'm human. Like
it sucks in situations like that too, because you feel so bad. Like damn, everyone's waiting for you.
And I really like the mid level.
I never feel bad in situations like that if everyone else sleeps. All need to be staying up together. So I used to always appreciate people that were like more senior than me and like, hey, are you okay? We're good. It's gonna go out. And I'm like, yeah, 20 minutes. We could go.
I mean, the fact that I've never experienced that, except for once.
I experience that all the time. Even the partner, like they'll call, hey guys, where we're at. So okay, you awake too.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate that. Even though you don't have anything to do as a team spirit.
Yeah.
We're like together.
Yeah. No, I feel you. But
I appreciate people like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to read off some of the different practice areas at one law firm.
Okay, read them off. There's so many, y'all.
Yeah.
So many.
So that's just an example. This is one firm, and all those practice areas are in that one firm. But that's all big law, technically, for this one firm.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No, not really. I mean, anytime we can kind of demystify this stuff, that's a win for me. So
Next video will probably be our tour of our investment property.
oh my God, that's gonna be so good. Neither one of us live here.
Is hitting the market, not to sell, because every time I say hitting the market, people are
I know.
like, why are you
Like, y'all
selling?
Are y'all still friends?
So hitting the
Like, bro.
no one said that to me.
It's like, what's going on?
I'm
Someone
dead.
said to me in Houston. I think it's because we never told, like, obviously we're not gonna tell y'all everything. So like we never told people that this was always the plan from the get-go. We're not gonna tell everyone that. So they're like, did something happen? I'm like, no.
Honestly, I don't know why anyone thought we bought this house to live in forever. That don't even make sense.
I mean, you already know what I think. I think it's a class thing.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so watch out for that. There will be another lull, unfortunately, for videos together. Because I know some people just like our dynamic.
I know.
So we just
But I
edit
did shoot
videos.
it. I know I've been saying this for months. I did shoot a Tessie Talks. I will eventually edit it and post it. And then you're still doing like the London.
Yeah. I'm going to do a
Yeah.
day in the life for the next video. So
Yeah.
you can see my day in the life as a lawyer in London. That will be interesting. So if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And watch out for more videos. Peace, y'all. Look.